Animaniacs came back a couple months ago. We're talking about it today. Okay, let's get comfortable. Woo! Hey, what's going on, my ultimate CAG the Advent Ghost here, and welcome to the first episode of Ghost Thoughts, where we talk about a topic and where first of all, there's no we, it's just me. Unless...
So you think you can forget me?
Ah, crap. Sumigi. Hey. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. I was just saving you for the best videos. Yeah,
Oh, come on, Ghost. We all know that's a load of bull. If you were saving me for the best videos, then why didn't you put me in your last video? Your 2020 wrap-up.
Sumigi, I promise, I can explain. It was late in 2020, I didn't have much time, I had to edit together what I could. I apologize that you weren't in my last video, or anything before that, but I had to put content out.
Oh, come on, save the excuses. You gave me a segment on the channel, and then quickly took it away from me. I don't think that's pretty fair to me, or the viewers that were actually looking forward to me.
Sumigi, you do make a valid point, and I do apologize again for not having you in my videos. It's just when you feel like you have to put out content and rush it out, it's just you kind of forget certain things that you have to do. That's not a valid excuse, I know. You don't have to tell me.
But Ghost, you don't have to rush. You just need to take your time, sit down, keep your mind clear, and just edit your videos the way you want them to. So that way you can show your vision. That's what YouTube's all about, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, that's supposed to be the basis of it. But who's gonna want to watch someone that's inconsistent?
Look, Ghost, you shouldn't worry too much about that. You still have a small viewer base, and I mean very small. But you really shouldn't be worrying too much about that kind of stuff. You're still trying to find this channel's true identity. Isn't that what these videos are for now?
Yeah, that is what this is for now. I don't know what I want this channel to really be. So, I'm just trying to make something now to see if I really enjoy it. I want to do something I really enjoy for this channel. Whether it be gameplays, small little playthroughs, or, this kind of content, commentary content.
Look, Ghost, no one's asking you to become the next pyrocynical iDubbbz PewDiePie Markiplier. You got your own image, your own vision. You don't need to copy everybody else. If you copy everybody else, you'll just end up being a clone of someone else, riding on the coattails of someone else's fame.
So are we just gonna forget about the part in my last video when I literally asked Homeru to give me clout if he were to reach higher subs? Because we can't just forget that.
Come on, Ghost, even I can tell you were doing that as a joke.
Looks like you got me there, Sumigi.
Ghost, you just gotta remember, you need to be you. That's part of the reason I did agree to sign on to this channel. Because you seemed like you had your own thing going on. You didn't seem like you were trying to be a clone of everybody else. Even if your upload schedule is a little out there, these are things we can work on.
And here I have the ultimate cosplayer helping me to feel better about this kind of stuff. But you're right. I need to do everything I can as me, the Advent Ghost. That's all I can do. Alright. With that being the case, let's hurry up and roll into this. First episode of Ghost Thoughts, Animaniacs 2020. Let's get it. Roll my intro. Right, so let's do this. Anyway, Animaniacs 2020. My thoughts on this? It's a very nice reboot for a show that came out in the 90s. I mean, when you really think about it, there has been a really bad track record of reboots, but this doesn't fall in that line. Animaniacs 2020 falls in the line where surprisingly good reboots. But can you really call Animaniacs 2020 a reboot? No. Personally, I would call it a revival. Why a revival, you may ask? Well, let's think about it for a second. nothing's really changed about the Animaniacs. They've still got that charm and adult humor that, you know, most kids wouldn't get. Not to mention, it's still good for people of multiple generations. It's good for new kids getting into Animaniacs that may not have seen it in the 90s, but it's also good for the old generation that have seen it in the 90s, that understand their fly over a kid's head humor. Let's put it like that. And that's part of why I still love the Animaniacs 2020. Now let's put this on record. I haven't actually finished Animaniacs 2020, but I didn't have to know that this reboot/revival was actually one of the best things to happen. And they even acknowledged that they sold themselves to Hulu. They know what they're doing. Steven Spielberg himself knew what he was doing when he made this. He revived them, and he revived them as still fourth wall breaking, dirty joke humor sellouts. And it's really amazing. And the truth be told, this is what makes a revival good. When you can still pull in your old audience and also spread out to a new audience. Again, not like the certain bad track record reboots we've had in the past. You know, Teen Titans Go and the Powerpuff Girls. The worst reboots I've ever had to witness in history, and I don't understand why. The problem with Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls is that it tries too hard to be modern as well as appealing to like one generation alone. When you know you have people from another generation that have watched the Teen Titans growing up, so it kind of isn't the same. You have one generation that's watched the Powerpuff Girls as like an action-packed series. I've never personally watched it, but I've seen like bits and pieces. And then you cater to a new generation that you have to realize like where your shows stand in a certain viewpoint. Because if you don't cater to the right audiences, your shows are gonna be on the way to be off the air in like one season. Now, of course, Teen Titans Go has had the unfortunate fate of actually having multiple seasons because, surprise, surprise, it's pulled in a lot of people from the new generation. Which, I mean, I won't fault them for it. They're the new generation. You like what you like. But I'm not gonna pretend that I like it. Did I think it was a good idea when it first came out? Sure, I was watching a little bit of Cartoon Network when that first came about. But when I watched it, I realized it just wasn't the same. And that's what Animaniacs 2020 helped with. As well as Rocko's Modern Life on Netflix and Invader Zim. Those two movies still appeal to the old generation while being able to also pull in the new generation. Which is, I think, the best thing you can do. Because if you appeal to multiple generations, the higher your ratings and the higher the views. The higher the stream views as well. So that's really the best way to go about a reboot. You have to focus on multiple sides of the spectrum. You can't just focus on one. So that's my thoughts on Animaniacs 2020. It was essentially just a talk about how reboots should take this direction. But hey, I don't know what else you really need to say. That's just it. My thoughts on Animaniacs 2020 is that it's just a wonderful reboot / revival. And I just wish that more people took this direction of reviving their series like this. Appeal to both generations and don't just appeal to one. And not to mention, don't give people the hopes of appealing to the old generation and then sprinkle in some bullcrap for the new generation. I'm looking at you, Sonic the Hedgehog. But anyway, enough of that. If you enjoyed this type of video, give it a like. Why not sub? Hit the notification bell. I am just every other YouTuber on this platform, ain't I? Sub, like, hit the notification bell. Hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to catch you all in the next one.